In order to construct a discrete probability distribution, you need to create a table where you list all possible values of the random variable, that's your x, and then you calculate the probability associated with each one. All right, so I'm going to create myself a little table here. And so the first thing I have to do is figure out the possible values of x. Now, x is defined up here as the number of children that are girls. All right, so if you think about possible outcomes, right? This is a family of 4 children. That means you could have 0 girls, 1, 2, 3, or they could all 4 be girls. These are the values that are going to go in my discrete distribution for x. All right, and the first question here is how many possible values are there? Well, we just listed them out, and so we can just count them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible values. Now, the second thing I have to do is calculate the probability for each one of these. Now, probability, you take the number of outcomes for the event and you divide by the total. Okay, well, right here we see there are 16 possible outcomes, and they're listed, right there in terms of what can happen to this family of 4. So that means the probability for each one of these is going to be the number of outcomes for that event divided by the total of 16. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Okay, the first one says there are 0 girls in the family. Well, if we look at our outcomes here, the only one that doesn't have a G somewhere in there is that first one. So that means this is only one outcome out of the 16 total. Right? We'll do the same thing for each one. So now we want to look at the ones that have 1 girl, right? That happens here, here, here. So there's 3 outcomes with 1 girl. Here, there's 4, and then everything else looks like it has more than 1. So that means we're looking at 4 outcomes out of the 16 total. Okay, if we keep going, we want 2 girls here. So we'll do the same thing. The outcomes with 2 girls, there's 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it looks like that's it, right? We're doing exactly 2, not 2 or more, right? Exactly 2. And then let's just finish this out. If we want to look at 3 girls, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our last one would be that all 4 are girls. And so we've got 1 possibility there. Now, depending on how it wants you to enter your answer, you could put these into your calculator and get the decimal form. Or if it says make sure to use simplified fractions, all right, 4 over 16 would reduce to 1 over 4. 6 out of 16, you could divide each by 2, and you'd be left with 3 out of 8. And then this again would simplify to 1 out of 4.